What's a hill you're willing to die on every time? Radio stations should play more than 250 songs. You're getting 250? I swear I could scrape most I hate radio stations for rock and barely find 100 songs by 40 artists. Worked in radio when there were still thousands of O&O stations. Had a music library of 10,000 plus albums. Approved playlist contained 200 songs, 10 songs on hot rotation, 40 songs on medium rotation and 100 songs on low rotation. Jockeys could play 2 songs per air shift not on the playlist, but had to submit a list of 5 options, 24 hours in advance for approval of the 2 by the program director. That sounds absolutely miserable. It was actually standard business practice. You have to consider what it was. Some woman takes ownership of a 1500 watt AM radio station in a divorce settlement. Station is on the air from 6 o'clock in the morning until midnight. DJ are paid $10 minus $12 per hour. Sales guys are making $40 to $60k with commissions. Owner no shows on Friday but payroll was dropped through the mail slot in her locked office door and no one has the key. But one guy, HS intern, is willing to crawl through the attic to lift the ceiling tiles and get everyone's paychecks. Yes, this happened about once a month. Station engineer is some 50-year-old burnout, ex-hippie, great at his job and can fix anything, but the transmitter tower remote booth smells like 30 years of bong water and shame. He keep the job so on Friday and Saturday nights he can have his counter format radio show airing from midnight to 2 a.m. which is all psychedelic rock you've never heard of, and the Grateful Dead. His is also the highest rated show on the station and he sells his own advertising because he leases the time from the station. The oldest DJ is like 31, the rest are 18-25. The weekend girl works 10-7 every Saturday and Sunday mostly monitoring the satellite service with a few random hours of doing her own thing and playing paid spots. She works MF as a cosmetics girl at a mall anchor store, Macy's. She is having sex with the afternoon drive guy, 2:30 to 7 o'clock, because he works at 2 other bigger FM stations doing overnights and weekends and she is destined to be a famous TV anchor. She just knows it. She is also studying broadcasting at the community college at 25 and starts having sex with the HS intern after he brings her lunch on a Saturday because her boyfriend maybe cheated on her. All programming is done from Reading Billboard charts and radio and Records magazine because there are no instant notifications of song charts. It was insanity. Disagreeing is not a personal attack. I see you. People reading this one and feeling attacked as the Kill Bill sirens ring in your ear. Keep the goddamn sponge out of the sink. I have a hidden sponge that I keep from my roommate because of this. Decoy sponge. Or leave it wet and soggy. It should be squeezed as dry as possible. OMG. Someone who understands. I swear I've given up on this because I've never been able to convince anyone to do this. Everyone's always flabbergasted by the stinkiness of the sponge when just wringing it out after use completely eliminates the problem and can extend the life of the sponge by like 10x. Edit. I'd like to add that besides the sanitary factor if not having bacteria-riddled cleaning where there's nothing as gross as the nasty sponge smell on your fingers after using a gross sponge. I swear that lingers for half a day no matter how much you wash your hands. Apologies mean nothing without changed behaviors. This is part of the reason why I hate people who use apologies to get rid of tension's awkwardness. If you don't plan on changing the way you act, just leave the person alone. The kind of people who want power are the worst kind of people to have power. Power should be a responsibility, not a reward. I've heard the phrase those who seek power rarely deserve it, and those who deserve it rarely seek it. I'm a pirate historian and I can tell you for a fact that pirates never, ever buried any treasure. It sounds like you don't want us to find the treasure. Are you a pirate? Where are you hiding it? Using your children as content for social media is child exploitation. Oh my god, I literally bitch to my other half about this daily. The poor kids, and now the disabled people that genuinely have no idea they are being asked to hold up a shirt and smile. There is this Instagram that has a bunch of extremely low functioning autistic kids that make disability awareness shirts in a assembly type of line, and the person running the Insta videos them then posts them. Unpaid internship are not good for students. A poor student can't afford the costs that go along with the internship. Agree. My daughter was working at a company making $23 HR and now has to do an internship to get her master's. Internship is at same company and the university doesn't allow the company to pay her. This is sadly pretty common. More and more degree programs are requiring internships and many times you're not allowed to have a paid one. You get paid in credit towards your degree. You know, the degree you're already spending tens of thousands, if not more, on higher ed is run by the same classist elites that run every other industry. The only difference is how much they act like they're not fucking evil. Education is one of my biggest values, but modern higher ed in many places has turned into a meat grinder that sucks the wealth and energy out of young people. That money should be kept out of politics at every level. Let each candidate stand on their capabilities at an equal level, not by how much money they have or receive. Edit. I'm getting many direct messages about what do you propose we do about it. We can pass legislation for a start, but to do so you have to get out there and vote or register as a candidate. We have to make the more minor continuous local changes to eventually make the big nationwide changes. Look into your candidates. Look at the laws they pass. It sucks, I get it. We are all tired and just want to sleep, get high, play video games, and eat good food. But it is kind of our responsibility. Saying it doesn't matter is defeatist, and I used to think exactly like that and some days still do. But the only way we push forward is together and by making our wants to be known. I'm not a smart person, and I may be naive, but I still hope we can change things. I earnestly wish I had an easy answer, and I wish I was the type of person that was smart enough to help solve these issues, but I know I'm not. I do know I am the type of person that will do what I can to support those smarter and more capable than myself that are willing to make the changes to keep money out of our politics. If you still are able, go and cast your ballot, friends. Children are legally required to be in school, and often have to stay in the building during lunch. We should feed them healthy, nutritious food for free. Every single child. Edit. Thanks for the award. Please vote for representatives who will help children succeed. I don't have children and I heartily agree. Neither do I, and it infuriates me that there are people out here denying children food, or shaming them when they can't afford to pay lunch fees. They are children. We need to do better. The egg came before the chicken. That's been proven. What makes a chicken is entirely based on its DNA. An animal's DNA can't change during its lifespan, but DNA can change in utero. Therefore, the first chicken became a chicken while it was in the egg wait. Nuclear power is the best middle step we can invest in to power us through building all the renewable energy. It provides great jobs, is exponentially cleaner than burning fossil fuels, and is safe when done properly. A friend of mine worked on our country's nuclear commission and attended many seminars on currently available, and soon to be available, nuclear technology. He would also die on this hill. Nuclear power is no longer the Chernobyl that people think it is. Safety measures are monumental, output is through the roof, and the amount of nuclear waste that actually gets produced is getting lowered by the day. People who get extremely disappointed when they discover the gender of their unborn child aren't emotionally mature enough to raise a child. I know someone who seriously threw a tantrum like a toddler and stormed out of her own gender reveal upon finding out the gender. Like what the f?